Okay, boys, this is the workings here now to your Incomplete Records Type A Edwards. All right. So the first working we always do, lads, is goodwill. Looking at goodwill here. So working one, goodwill. Okay, so the first thing we'll do, lads, is add up the assets here. So we've got buildings, 324,000. Okay, we've got stock, 30,400. We have debtors, 34,000. Okay, this is reading from the first paragraph, lads. We have 3 months insurance prepaid of 1720. Okay, adding those figures together, lads, we get 390, 120. Okay, let's have a look at our liabilities then. Okay, in this question here, lads, there's only two of them. It's creditors, 37,400. Okay, and we have wages due of 3,400. Adding those two together, lads, we get 40,800. Take them away, we get a net worth of 349,320. Okay, so we paid 390,000 for this company. We subtract the net worth of 349,320, and we get goodwill of 40,680 euro. All right. So there's your goodwill working done. Okay, something that you'd hope that you'd all be pretty good at. Okay, and as we know, as that goes into your balance sheet. Working two. Okay, as we always done, we'll go with debtors and creditors first of all. So, okay, so let's open up our debtors control account. Okay, so the first thing we'll do, lads, is we'll take down the balance that we had at the start of the year. The balance at the start of the year, up in the first paragraph there, was 34,000. Debtors, as we know, lads, is an asset, therefore an opening balance, and the asset is a debit side. Okay, so you've got your balance, 34,000. Okay, we can then go down to the bottom of the question. We can see our closing balance of debtors there is 36,200. So we can come over here. So this is your balance, 36,200. Okay, let's go up towards our lodgements. Okay, and we can see there that debtors paid us 68,000 bank lodgements, the first item. Okay, so we banked, okay, 68,000. All right, adding up our credit side, we get 104,200. We obviously want our debit side to also add up 104,200. Taking 34,000 from 104,200, we get credit sales of 70,200. Okay, let's do our creditors control account. Exactly the same, just different sides. Okay, we go up to the top of the question. You see our trade creditors liability, so it's a credit balance of 37,400. Okay, come down to the bottom of the question. Okay, we see our trade creditors there, lads, 31,000. Okay, let's go up and have a look at our payments. Okay, we see our bank payments there. The second entry is creditors 66,200. So bank 66,200. Add up the debit side, we get 97,200. We obviously want the credit side to equal 97,200. Take 37,400 from that, and we get 59,800. That being our credit purchases. Okay. Now we can move on to our working three, cash and bank. Okay, again, really straightforward, lads. We're just looking at the money coming in and money going out in regards to cash. Okay, as you can see at the top, lads, there was no opening balance from cash. Okay, so what we can do then is we can look at all our cash payments. This is obviously credit entries as money is going out of our cash account. Okay, so we have purchases there, which is 106,000. Okay, we had lodgements of 192,000. We had general expenses, okay, of 47,400. All right, We also had drawings. If you come down to the first sentence on the bank lodgements, we took cash of 700 per month. Okay, so 700 times 52, so drawings. So 700 by 52 is 8,400. Sorry, 700 by 12, obviously it's per month, 8,400. All right. We have a closing cash balance at the bottom of the question, 1,300. Okay. So we add these 5 figures together and we get 355,100. Okay, which means then that we have cash sales of 355,100 in order that to balance. Okay, then move over to our bank. Okay, I might move that up a little, as I might run out of bit of space down there. Okay, bank. Again, let's look at our bank income, bank payments. All right, let's look at our payments first of all. Okay, we have vehicles. 52,000. We're just going to do these out quickly as creditors. Okay, 66,200. Light and heat. Okay, 11,600. Okay, interest 4,650. Okay, we had a charity donation. Okay, 6,400. We had insurance, 12,000. Okay, equipment. We had 44,000. Okay, rent for a year is 4,800. Okay. All right, that's all they're taken up there. But if you move down here, lads, into your paragraph in relation to this loan, he borrowed 168,000. Okay, and this was used to purchase an adjoining building costing 140,000. So you can put in here premises 140,000. All right, let's look at our debit entry. So we're going to go up to look at our lodgements. So we had debtors 68,000. We had cash entry 192,000. Dividends, which is your capital introduced, remember. Okay, 7,600. We obviously have that loan. That loan that came in was 168,000. Okay, if you look here, so I'll do this in red. We'll add up the debit side. The debit side then adding up those 4 figures will give us 435,600. Adding up the credit side will give us 341,650. Okay, obviously we take those away from each other. Okay, we get a balance in of 93,950. So 93,950. Okay, and if you want, then you can balance them off, lads, but no need to. All right, all I need to know is that that there then is a current asset. Okay. Next working then, boys, is total sales and total purchases. Okay, let's look at the sales first of all. So your sales is obviously your credit sales plus your cash sales. Okay, going back up here, you can see for your debtors, your credit sales was 70,200. Okay, plus your cash sales was 355,100. Yeah. Add those together as you get 425,300. There's your total sales. And as we know, into your trading account. Okay, total purchase then. You obviously had your credit purchases, which was 59,800. Okay, if you go up and look for your cash payments and your cash purchases there, lads, is 106,000. That's in the question. Okay, now we have drawings. Okay, first of all, I'll add these two together. So it's 165,800. Take away my drawings. It's 800. Okay, so they took goods from stock of 800 for each month, so it's 800 times 12, okay, which gives us 9,600. Okay, taking those away, you get 156,200. Okay, and like your sales ads, that's going to go into the trade account. Okay, so that's your first 4 workings done. Okay, so moving on then to your working 5. So, next working you should do is obviously start from the top and work your way down. Okay, so if you go back up to the very first paragraph again, okay, we can see wages due there. All right, so the wages due is 3,400. And if you come down then into your cash payments, you can see their general expenses. So these two are obviously connected. If you come down to the very end of the chapter, let's double check if there's any wages due at the end of the year. Okay, or prepaid, and there was not. All right, so very simple working. So again, open up the general expenses. Okay, so we paid 47,400, taking that from the question. Okay, and then our financial rules, that's due at the first we take away. Okay, it was 3,400. Okay, which gives us 44,000. Okay, this 44,000 lads is a general expense, so it goes into your admin expenses. Okay, next working 6. Let's up to the top. We've got insurance prepaid up there at the top, lads. So let's come down in here into your payments, and you can see in your bank payments midway through annual premises insurance premium 12,000. So it's obviously for the year, which is 12 months. We have 3 months prepaid at the start of the year, which means we're going to have 3 months prepaid at the end of the year. So let's open up insurance. Okay, so we paid 12,000. It's obviously 1,000 a month divided by 12. Okay, and prepaid at the first we add on. Okay, which is 1,720. Okay, but we also have prepaid at the end of the year. Well, at the end of the year we have 3 months prepaid. Okay, so it's 3,000. You take that away. Okay, which gives you a figure of 10,720. Okay, so this 3,000, gentlemen, is obviously a current asset. Okay, and this 10,720, okay, is obviously an admin expense. Alright, I've already checked, lads, to see if there's drawings on insurance, and there has not been, so I was able to close that off. Okay, let's move on. We'll keep it on the same page. Working 7. Okay, so working 7 then, let's have a look. Alright, come down here. After the cash, bank and bank lodgements there, we can see we've done the drawings there for those two, so we're looking at the borrowing. So let's do the interest then. Okay, so how much have we paid? Okay, if we go back up again to bank payments, we can see there in the first line, interest 4650. Okay, but what we need to do, lads, is we need to obviously check out, okay, how much interest was due for the year. Alright, so I can make a little side note over here. So, you borrowed 168,000. Okay, the interest rate is 10%. Alright, and you took this out in the first of the 7th, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so for 6 months. Okay, let's just work that out there. So 168,000 by 0.1 times, okay, we get 8,400. Alright, so 8,400 is a total interest due on the year for that loan. Okay, we've paid 4650. We know the total should be 8,400. Okay, so that means we have due at the end of the year the difference between those two figures, which is 3,750. So that 3,750, lads, is a current liability. Okay, and this 8,400, okay, will be an expense in your P&L. Alright, moving on to the next. And again, lads, there's no drawings with interest. Okay, now let's just look at the loan for a second. Okay, I think it's important to note this. Okay, it was agreed that some borrower be paid in 12 equal installments on the 1st of June each year. Alright, interest was to be charged. Okay, per annum on the initial sum. So what's very important to note here, lads, is if you have a loan of 168,000, okay, we obviously going to divide that by 12. So 168,000 divided by 12 will give us 14,000. So this year, although we have not paid it yet, 14,000 is due. So that brings the loan down to 154,000. Okay, it's all in the wording of the question. So this 14,000 is in fact a current liability. Okay, and this 154,000 will go into your finance by as your loan. All right. Okay, move down to the next page. It gives a bit more space. What working was that? 8. So let's look at working 9. Okay, so which is the next working we should do? We did the loan. Okay. All right, we're going to work on rent here. The next paragraph deals with rent. Okay, watch this carefully now. This is probably the trickiest working. The figure for rent was in respect of an adjoining business rented by Edwards on the 1st of the 10th, 2012. So he, obviously this rent here, rent for 1 year up at bank payments. The last entry in bank payments there is rent for 1 year is 4,800. Okay, so we obviously had to pay this, okay, in advance. You see there it was payable in advance. And Edward estimated that 1/3 of the building was used as a private residence. Okay, and then separately then it's 20% of light and heat should be attributed to the private sector. So that's another drawings. Let's just deal with the rent first of all. Okay, if you look at the rent here, okay, we paid, okay, 4,800 for the year. But the first thing we note here is that, well, 1/3 of this building is drawings. Okay, so we get 1/3 of this building, which is 1,600, and we take that away. So that brings us down to 3,200. Okay, now 3,200 can be divided by 12 to give us what our monthly payment for rent for the business was. Okay, and then you get 266.67. all right, now if you took out or paid this rent on the 1st to 10th, that means you had it for 10, 11, 12. You had it for 3 months, which means you had 9 months prepaid. If you multiply that by 9, you get a nice round figure of 2,400. So prepaid, at the end of the year, you take away that 2,400. So your expense for the year was 800. All right, so what figures do we need to worry about? Well, this is obviously going to go into your drawings. Okay, sorry about that now. I don't know why that happened. Okay, into your drawings. All right, this here is prepaid at the end of the year, so it's a current asset. Okay, and this here is your admin expense. Okay, probably the trickiest working in the question. All right, now let's look at working 10. Because it said there at the end of that question, light and heat used should be attributed to private section. Well, let's have a look at light and heat then. We also have electricity due at the end of the year. So there's a bit to this. So we open up light and heat. Okay. Throughout the year, lads, in light and heat, we paid 11,600. Okay, but at the end of the year, there's a due. So 31st to 12th due. Okay, we're going to add this on. You see it there in the last line, electricity due 1,440. Okay. We also have oil, if you notice there. Stock, 34,600, including stock of heating oil. So that means prepaid at the end of the year. Okay, we're going to take away 600 as we did not use that. That is stock of oil. All right, when you do the math there, lads, you'll get 12,440. Okay, now we also have drawings here. And the drawing says was light and heat used. Well, we used 12,440 and 20% of that gives you 2,488. Okay, which leaves you with 9,952. All right, let's make a few little notes here. Due at the end of the year, current liability. Prepaid at the end of the year, current asset. Drawings, we'll go into our drawings. And obviously this is your admin expense. Okay, on to the last working, gents, which is working 11, drawings. Okay, so our drawings, so here's cash. Okay, and your cash was 700 by 12, which worked out to be 8,400. We had purchases, which was 800 by 12, which worked out to be 96. We had the rent that we just did above here, which was 1,600. We also had light and heat, which was 2, 4, 8, 8. Add those four together, you get 22,088. Okay? Now see, drawings as will be in your finance by. Okay, boys. So what I'll do then is I'll post up the, I'll take a picture of the accounts and send them up to you in Edmodo. There's your workings.